Have you ever heard of the saying, money can't buy taste? Well, it sure can't buy comfort either, because holy cow, these headphones are going to rub a hole through my head. I genuinely think a bald person designed these headphones because there ain't no way someone with a full head of hair designed these and decided to put silicone on the part that would be on your hair. I feel as though every single time I wear these that my hairline is going to recede, my part is going to become a valley, and that I'm just going to be scalped. So for today's video, I'm going to be designing a little headphone cover to manage this dastardly design with some upcycled fabric that is super cozy and super cute. So stay tuned.
She's flipped up with these horrible DIYs. She's turning these flimsy flops into fierce fixes. This is Flipper Upper.
Before we get into this DIY, I just have a little rant because these have been bothering me for so long. So, these headphones are so uncomfortable to the point where it's funny. Like,
Laugh out loud.
yes, they are adjustable, only to extend the length like that. You cannot make this wider. Like, yes, they stretch like that. Obviously, they can't go any much further than that. And it's like, this is an adult size. So as someone with a bobblehead, I genuinely cannot wear these for more than 2 hours without my ears pulsating. And then of course, my scalp feeling like all the hair is just gonna come loose. And it really sucks because I love to wear these for editing because the sound is so crisp, and obviously I wanna hear everything that I'm editing, but I can't get much editing done at a time because these suck. And a little fun fact, my ears are the size of a toddler's. Like, they genuinely haven't grown since, I don't know, 5th grade probably. And the cushion on these, yeah, there's cushion, but they need to be cushier. Another fun fact, if you've been on this channel for over 2 years now, you may know that I used to have my seconds and thirds pierced. Not anymore. They're healing up, they're closing because I just haven't been able to wear earrings with these on. I know I can remove them, but I just like to keep them in all the time. But I can't wear those and wear these. They hurt, and then they honestly just make my ears bleed from the earring. So I've had these for just over 2 years now, and like I said, I don't really wear them that much. I would love to wear them so much more often. I love listening to music. Of course, I wish I could just keep on editing, but this silly little silicone thing at the top, I don't know if you can quite see if I zoom in there, but right there it's like coming undone. Like the glue, the adhesive, it's just like giving up, and it's like, girl, I have not manhandled these. I don't throw them like a frisbee. I'm not imagine if they just I'm not dancing around, I'm not frolicking when I wear these. So it's like, what? So obviously money cannot buy quality either, and I'm just really excited, and I'm so ready to just cover this up and have just a little bit of comfort. So hopefully I can wear these even longer. I've been putting up with this bull caca for far too long, and I'm just ready to get started on this DIY. I saw one tutorial here on YouTube to make like an actual cover for this part of the headphones. Every other tutorial was to cover the ear part. And I'm like, that's not what I want to do. So I have a little idea brewing in my brain. So I'm thinking of taking this super cozy fabric that has been in our storage for, I don't know, since I was a baby probably. And I'm gonna take it and measure it to size. I'm gonna use some secondhand Velcro that I've been saving up over the years, and my secondhand thread from my 2024 secondhand haul. I'm very excited, and I'm looking forward to getting this done, so let's just get into it. I'm going to start by measuring the length of the band from the top to ensure that there won't be any bald spots, along with measuring the circumference. I'll be using my plethora of secondhand threads that I scored a while back, and you might recognize those from my 2024 secondhand haul. I decided to use a pink that matches the hue of the flowers, and I think it looks super cute. So I lined up the fabric to the headband part so that the embroidered flowers were symmetrical on top, and then cut off the end of the hemmed part of the fabric, though be careful when cutting off the hem. I'm using a felt-like fabric, so it's a-okay to do so, but if you're working with more of a strandy fabric, you'll want to keep the hem, or at least sew your own to prevent the fabric from fraying apart. I then pin the fabric on the board for some. Oh my fucking. I then pin the fabric on the band. I then pin the fabric on the band for sort of a rough draft and to get a general idea of what I needed to do next. I gathered my Velcro pieces and pinned them to see how it looked, and quickly noticed that, there's not enough, so I cut those in half and pinned them in place. I went through my plethora of secondhand thread and pulled out some pink shades and decided to go with this perfect hue that matches the flower. And now it's time to sew. I have always been hand sewing, and yes, it does take some time, but I really enjoy it and it's quite relaxing, for the most part. Prior to this, I had never hand sewn through Velcro, and boy oh boy was that difficult. I used a thimble to help push the needle through, and that did help, though having long nails can be a bitch. So I decided to use the table and just push it through using the fabric, and that seemed to work out pretty well. I then just kept on sewing and sewing and sewing and sewing until the tips of my fingers were bright red. With any other thread that I had left over, I kept it in a jar. At first, I did that because of the waste factor, but then I recently saw this super cute tip just to keep the thread cuttings and to make a little patch out of them. I'm assuming it's like felting, how you just kind of needle push it all together, but in the end, you can create your own little embroidered embellishment. It's pretty neat. But then I just sewed and sewed and sewed some more until Olive woke up from her nap and wanted to say hi. The Velcro is all secure, and as you can see when it's attached, the shape looks wonky because of the curvature of the headband. So I grabbed some pins and gently folded the fabric over in the middle to form some shape. Sewing this was rather difficult, and I mean there's probably a way easier way to do this, but I wanted to ensure that the pins held the shape, so I sewed the fabric while it was still on the headband.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
So you'd think that after hand sewing DIY projects for a few years now, that I would remember to give myself enough fabric. Nope. If we look back to the beginning when I first measured the fabric, I cut it exactly to size and didn't leave any seam allowance. Seam allowance, sometimes called an inlay, is the space between the edge of the fabric and the line where you sew the thread. I should have given myself at least 1.5 inches, but I cut it exactly to size, so I had little to no room for error, and unfortunately, there was error. There's now excess Velcro hanging out of the sides, and I just know that will tug and pull on my hair. But before I can worry about that, I had to make sure that the fabric covered the band and it fit nicely. I had one side of a random pink Velcro piece, which honestly would have fit perfectly with the pink, but of course it wouldn't work because you need both the hook and the loop. The only Velcro I had left was a pair of terracotta orange Velcro pieces, and for whatever reason, I just didn't think of taking a closer look until I finally did, and then I saw that the orange is just fabric sewed on top, and that the Velcro underneath was all white. Who would have thunk of that? Certainly not me. So I grabbed my little seam ripper and ripped some ass. It was relaxing to do, and these tiny little squares just reminded me of my miniatures that I have yet to build, and that these pieces would be perfect for a mini rug. So I chopped those Velcro pieces in half, pinned them in place, and got to sewing. Another thing that I wanted to add is a little leaflet on top. I've seen this mainly in the crochet community, but people will crochet a little leaf, and I'm assuming with wire inside, and then attach it around the headband, and I just think that is adorable. I've also seen people do that with the little Sims gemstone, and oh my god, like, that's just so up my alley. But I was thinking that I could just cut out a little green fabric piece into a leaf and then attach it, but all the green fabric that I had will not work, unfortunately. However, my assistant gave me the grand idea of including ears, and with this soft yellow fabric, what better thing to make than little lamb ears? Fun fact, my character in Hello Kitty Island Adventure is a lamb. For the ears, I could do some sort of Velcro, or maybe I could sew them on with buttons. What to do? Well, I can't do anything, unfortunately, because I don't have any Velcro left. But perhaps I could have just sewed them on? I don't know. I'm really not sure, but I will put that on my video to-do list, because honestly, this was quite fun, and if I could find some more Velcro, or a different way to attach this to my headband, or I keep saying headband, the headphones, then I would honestly love to make so many more, and make different styles and designs, all that stuff. Alrighty, so with the design, I wanted to do a little leaf, or like oh my god, those bags. I wanted to do a little leaf, or like the Sims gem, but with the headphones, there are 2 flowers on either side, and I would like more flowers. I would like a little extra something, and I was thinking of just cutting out the flowers from there, but I'm like, I don't want to ruin this fabric because I want to do more DIYs with this. I then thought of these little rose appliques. They're not appliques, they're like these little fabric roses that you can just sew onto clothing. Yeah, they're cute AF. And then I know, or at least I knew, that we had red, pink, and white roses, and I thought it would be so cute to put pink on there because from my memory, the pink was the same as that baby pink there. But I looked through all of the sewing stuff downstairs. I looked through my little trinkets. I looked through my fabric scraps. I looked in my sewing box, my sewing bag. I don't know where they are. It's very unfortunate because that would have really elevated the look of this, but yeah, it's very unfortunate, and I don't know where those are. So if I can't find them before I upload this video, then I guess if I do find them afterwards, I mean, then I'll just put them on anyways, and then I'll update you guys. But I just wanted to let you know that these could have been so much more. Maybe I could embroider flowers, but I really want, like, if I were to embroider them, I would want it to look the same, and it's like, I know I can't get it to look the same, so that sucks. But for the most part, these are looking pretty good. I should have added an extra ½ inch to a full inch of fabric, because I don't know what I was thinking when I cut that to size, but I'm thinking just to cut off a little bit extra fabric and then just kind of lay it on top of there to cover that up, but also so that the Velcro doesn't get caught in my hair. That would hurt. So that's my plan. But anywho, after all that sewing, I finally finished the DIY. So let's check it out. Well, I am so very glad that I finally got these done. So I've edited this video along with my recent upload where I cut my hair, hence why I'm kind of hiding it right now, but also I really want to thank you all so much for the support shown on that video. Like, it's been 2 days.
What?
Thank you. But anywho, these are actually quite comfortable now, on the head part at least. Unfortunately, the earmuff parts, I don't know, the part that goes in your ear, it just still is not that comfortable. I really don't know what I can do to amp these up, audio pun intended. But seriously, I don't know what I can do to make these better, more comfy. I wish I could like put some stuffing in there, you know? But so this DIY turned out pretty a-okay. I do really wish that I had found those snazzy little roses that I could have just popped on top there, but for the most part, I am still quite happy that I was at least able to cover up the silicone part. And so now my hair, you know, it still feels okay. Like I mentioned in the voiceover, I really should have gave myself some more seam allowance. As you can see here, and as you saw in the B-roll, I had to cut some extra fabric to sew on top of the Velcro. It ended up working out pretty okay, but I mean, it still looks pretty like janky, but I mean, that will be on my head. You won't be able to see it, but also I don't really care that much because it's not like I'm selling this, so it's fine for me, I guess. I feel kind of not giving myself some seam allowance. Like, I've been sewing for a good amount of time now, and that's always in the back of my head. I guess I just forgot. But it worked out. This DIY wasn't a fail by any means, but I do wish I could have just made it look a little bit better. I don't know, it just doesn't feel complete. If and when I do find those little roses and some more Velcro, I will be sure to film a little update video. These don't look complete. They could be so much better, but for comfort standards, it's a whole lot better than before, and I'm glad that I was at least able to just cover up the silicone. And I'm really glad that I was finally able to use this super cute and cozy fluffy fabric. Like, I just love it. The pastel yellow, the little flowers, it's just so cute. But also, I was able to use even more of my secondhand thread. That's a slay in my book. I truly do hope that everyone is doing a-okay during these times with one whack thing happening after another. Life does not feel real. But please just take care of yourselves, take care of others, take time for yourself, do things that you love, do things that make you happy, watch funny movies, keep being creative, keep doing your hobbies, spend time with your pets, spend time with your friends and your loved ones. We will get through this. Please be sure to visit the very important links below in the description and comments and in my bio as well. Those are all very important. Please remember to use your privilege, your voice, and your platform, and showing solidarity and support speaks volumes. I'm sending you all an immense amount of love and support and strength, and I hope that this cozy little DIY was relaxing for you and could just take your mind off of the poo-poo caca happening. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and be kind to the earth, and I will see you in my next live stream or video, and I hope you have a super slay day.